Hi, Merry Christmas. My name is Roger. Welcome back to my cooking channel. Today I am making a stuffed shrimp wrapped with bacon. The shrimp is actually stuffed with a crab meat, and the crab meat has jalapenos, red pepper flakes, and some cheeses. So if you're ready, here we go. You will need some crab. Typically I buy the crab meat already de-shelled, but the local grocery store did not have any. So I bought crab itself. You'll also need shrimp. I bought 2 pounds of shrimp. This shrimp is 13-15, meaning that you'll get 13 to 15 shrimp, give or take, within a pound. About a dozen or so jalapenos. A variety of cheeses. Now my cheeses will act as the binding agent for the lump crab. Some red pepper flakes, and of course bacon. I will continue de-shelling the crab, and we'll get back to you when we get to the shrimp. So it's been about an hour and I've completed de-shelling all the crab. So I'm gonna put this into a strainer and let it strain for probably 30 minutes or so. And while that's straining, I'm gonna move on to the shrimp. So I'm gonna take a shrimp and I'm going to take the shell off of the shrimp to where the tail section, the last section is here. Because I wanna get rid of all of this other stuff as well as the leg. The reason why is that you're going to have something in order to hold your crab meat within the pocket itself that you create for the butterfly. And I'll be back when I'll show you what that looks like. So I've completed de-shelling all of the shrimp. So our next step is then to butterfly them and put them on the plate. So when you butterfly the shrimp, I usually butterfly it from the back side. The reason why is because you want the shrimp to stand or sit actually in a plate where it's butterflied like this, and then you would have your crab mixture in here, and I would then wrap it with the bacon later on. So you'll see that as it comes together, but this is how I cut and set my butterfly shrimp. I've completed all the butterflying of the shrimp. There's about 32 of them that came in this 2 pounds. So as you can see, the rest of them are sit, and I've placed them so that they actually retain the shape of the butterfly that I want. And I do want the tails to be up like this so that they have this cup in here for where the crab mixture will go. So this will go into the refrigerator, and as this goes in the refrigerator, I will start on the jalapenos. One thing I'm going to do with the jalapenos, and just to show you before I actually start, is that I'm going to cut them and dice them, but I'm not going to use the seeds on this one. I have red pepper flakes that I will add to the crab mixture, but not the seeds itself in here. So I've completed dicing the jalapenos. As you can tell, they're not all evenly diced. There was about 4 jalapenos, and probably it's more of a larger size jalapeno. So that's what I'm going to start off with. And as I mix the jalapeno into the crab mixture, I will taste accordingly and add more jalapenos if necessary. So now I'm going to move on to the cheese. So I finished grating all the cheese. It was 8 ounces of the cheddar cheese. I separated them into 2 different bowls. You may be asking, why did you not buy the ones in the bag? It's already pre-made. Well, one, I've tried it before and the taste isn't the same. Also, it's not as fresh. As you can tell, this is very light and fresh, where the other one in the bag is not as fresh. They're very, I guess, stale, maybe old. Maybe that's also why the flavor wasn't there. So the next step is to move into the crab. Now this crab I just took out of the refrigerator. It's probably been there in draining for about 50 minutes now, 45 to 50 minutes. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the crab. It's still not broken down, but I'm going to squeeze him and break him apart. And as I'm doing that, I'm also going to add Parmesan cheese to that. And then as well blend in the cheeses that I just grated and then the jalapeno that I diced before. So I'll start putting that together and I'll show you what that looks like. I transferred the crab that was draining in the strainer into a bowl, and take a paper towel. And I'm actually going to just squeeze out some of the moistures that still may be at the bottom of that. So I actually turned it upside down. So now I'm squeezing out the additional moisture. So I've just completed incorporating the Parmesan cheese into the crab. And the consistency that you want your mixture to be is kind of like what I'm showing you, fluffy, but not wet and clumpy. Had I not drained the water and had I not patted down the crab meat, it wouldn't be this light. It'd be really clumpy and wouldn't really stick well with the other ingredients. So I'll now incorporate some of the cheese here as well as the jalapenos and some red pepper flakes. I've incorporated the jalapeno into the crab and Parmesan mixture. Just by looking at it, it doesn't seem like I have enough jalapenos. So I'm gonna give it a taste test. Yep, it needs another jalapeno or maybe 1.5 jalapenos. So I'll add that and we'll come back after that's been incorporated. I will taste test again to be sure that it has the right flavor before I add the cheese. So I'll be back soon. So I've added 2 additional jalapenos to the existing mix to have the right flavor profile. I've also added 1 bowl of the cheddar cheese that I grated into this mixture. I've tasted it and it's not yet quite there, so I'll need to add part of that reserve bowl of cheese. Okay, so I've incorporated the part of the reserve cheese. About half of the bowl actually has been incorporated. And this is the consistency you want. I'm doing a close-up here so you can see. If you added the whole bowl, you would have lumps of cheddar cheese, and that's not what you really want. You want a mixture in your bite to have both some cheddar cheese, some Parmesan cheese, a jalapeno. That way it'll have the whole flavor profile as opposed to just one lump of cheese. The next item I'm going to add, or next seasoning I'm going to add, is the red pepper flakes. So I've measured out about half of a lid, so I would imagine that's roughly about 1/3 of a cup into my mixture. So I'm going to just add it in. As you incorporate, then I'm going to take a taste test in a short bit here and see what that tastes like. That's about the right heat. That's perfect heat. That'll complement the shrimp itself as well as the bacon that I'm going to wrap it with. So that's the mixture. That's the crab mixture. We've got crab, Parmesan cheese, cheddar cheese, and red pepper flakes and jalapenos. So now we're going to make little balls, and stuff it into the shrimp, and then we'll wrap the shrimp with bacon. I will be back soon. The note about the bacon is that if you take too thick of a slice, your bacon won't cook all the way through when you actually broil it or smoke it like I do. And if it's too thin, then it gets too crispy and it gets too hard to eat. So what I've done is I used a medium cut. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bacon in half because there's only 31 shrimp. So I just need about 32 slices of bacon. Half slices of bacon. So I pulled out 16 here. So I'm going to prepare my board and start rolling the first one. Before I actually start rolling, I wanted to show you how I normally lay this out. So the bacon is the half slice of bacon. I take a ball of lump crab, probably the size of, I don't know, a donut hole if you will, and then the shrimp itself. And I secure everything with a toothpick. So normally, typically, I take the shrimp itself, I'd lay it in the bacon. I take the ball that I made and I place it inside the bacon here. You might get bigger, you might get smaller, depends on what you want to do. And then I'll wrap it around here, sort of like this. And then secure the toothpick into here, stabbing it through the bacon itself and securing everything together. One of the things I didn't show you the first time is where to stab the toothpick. So if you take the toothpick and there's a joint that's right before the tail. If you stab it inside of that joint here, so that's it. That's the stuffed shrimp. The stuffing is the crab with the jalapeno and the cheese and the Parmesan and the red pepper flakes wrapped with bacon. This is ready now to go into the Traeger or in the oven.